So back here to Beacon Pines, continuing on this path to the on the left. So we have to go find a hollow. I don't think it will be over there, right? Because for what I know is like try to find a hollow now. Okay, sister, there you are. Look, hollow wanted me to tell you something. What is
Roxy
it?
rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
A space adventure. Thought you needn't buy it. If you be brave, go somewhere quiet. Hawks, I don't. It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to
Luca
find it.
looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need you one favor from you. Whatever is that you went down between you two, squash it. Because she doesn't want to handle him. A space adventure, so you needn't buy it. If you be brave, go somewhere quiet. It's through here. Can never go through there, it looks like. Ooh, look at this place. How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. I haven't seen so much as an XUVA, and it's not just the beetles. This morning I couldn't find any critters at all. It's like everything that buzz or skitters just packed up and left. I'm sure they are out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the fest just spooked them. Yeah, maybe that's it. Welcome to our fest. Don't forget to come back later for Mr. Kerr's speech and the perennial Harvest Festival saying reveal. You don't want to miss it. I don't know who Perennial Harvest thinks they are impressing with this ridiculous festival. Totally. The town's still falling apart, the weather's still cruddy, and this season harvest looks like it's gonna be worse than last year. You said it. No amount of corporate pondering is gonna change any of that. Exactly. But the lemonade drink stand over there does look pretty tasty. Fits. I'm still gonna be mad at them. I'll just rather be mad while sipping some delicious lemonade is all. Can't talk to this one. Unique New York, Unique New York, huh? Oh, don't mind me. Just warming up for my big ceremony
Mr. Kerr
speech.
pointed to his grinning mouth.
Gotta limber up the old gap box. You nervous? Oh, heavens no. Well, break a leg. Give me the gift. Oh, I couldn't. Wait, can you do something on balloons? No. That guy's still sleeping. Shit. Ain't moving. Ah, every single time. Yup. Whoa. Wait for it. Unexpected sound once again noted. Like clockwork, what a bunch of drones. Haha.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey Geoff, everything alright? Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know? I really do,
Jeff
actually.
turned to Luca with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't ya?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Ah, yes, looking at nothing. You could stay there looking, okay. Alright, so let's see this way. Did you hear? After Mr. Kerr gives his big speech, they are gonna have the first annual biggest catch competition. As long as a boat qualifies as a catch, I'm sure in. Good luck. Do I have something else? Because I think I'm only missing one or two.
Luca gently
No,
first.
I don't have a new one. Damn it. Could it be over here that is? No, it's not over here. Oh shit! I need to click. So in somewhere quiet. Library? Could it be? Somewhere quiet? You can't in a library you can't talk, right? And most welcome of welcomes. Would you like to share your thoughts? We always strive to improve. Nope. He's like, fuck that. This is the first time I've seen this many smiling faces to Fall Harvest. I had my doubts about Perennial Harvest, but I must admit, they do put on a nice party. Oh, you can talk to this guy? Holy shit. Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying. I want to see what all the festival fuss is about, but I can't help but notice you still brought your backpack full of books. Look, a backpack can carry a lot more than just books. True, true. So what you got in there? Books. I was able to turn the perennial Iris safety suit you borrowed. I don't think anyone noticed. Good. Now, will you tell me what you need it for? It was a favor for an enemy of my enemy. This isn't going to harm Mr. Kerr, is it? All you need to know is that it's good for the family. Good for the family. What the hell that means? Alright, let's go up. Can you talk to these ones? You can. Hi Luca, how's Griffin doing? What? Oh,
Sorry,
nothing.
all became flesh.
Just pretend I didn't say anything. Okay. Let me go down. Hey Luca, so you are done at library? Huh? Oh,
Griffin
nothing.
looked away suspiciously.
Nothing at all. Look, I didn't know that pickup line is actually unincorporated. A lot of people don't know that. Whoa, yeah, I didn't know. What's that mean? It means most public works are handled internally. We do all the pipelines, water treatment, building regulations. That's great. Census taking. Emergency service. It's like, oh fuck that, I don't want to know about that. Alright. Let's go over here. Talk here to down. I got a question for you. What do you think this whole festival is for? The way I figure it, Perennial Iris is trying to win over the town, like a bribe but with balloons. Cynical. I like where your head's at. That's what I assumed at first too, until I eavesdrop on a couple of gossipy clipovers. What if I told you that this whole thing is really a special shining for a super secret guest of honor? A special guest? Who? I haven't dug that deep yet, but whoever it is, PH thinks they are a big deal. Interesting. Special guest of honor. The library is somewhere quiet. Well, like I say, it will be probably. Hey,
Kato's
Luca.
eyes lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Bravo on answering the first riddle. The first? Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Roll those call out
Kato
audacity.
straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
On planet Farpool, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue.
Kato stared at Luca eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay, let me figure it out. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. And if you decide you want the hints, the offer still. So then I need to come back over here. Hi Chase, still working through the newest Hank Atomic? You know it. Some fascinating kind of toward the end. Did you know Hank Atomic Shrink Array doesn't technically shrink stuff? It will see first quantum particle decay to literally grow the entire universe around an object, leaving that object unaltered. So it just looks shrunk compared to everything else? Bingo. That's wild. But Chase, no spoilers please. Alright, sorry.
Luca grabbed The Modern Science of Atomic Radiation from the shelf.
Once you got the book, you can either bring it here to me, or just grab a different one. So how it is? On planet Fable, you might take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need an issue.
Luca grabbed Natural Photography, Volume 5, from the shelf. Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
Must be these. Ah, you
Kato
found
removed
it.
his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed: The Adventures of Hank Atomic, Issue 5. Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
Hollow cipher pen. He used it to write secret match everywhere with that, and only I had special flashlight needed to reveal it, but I lost it. Well, apparently he traded shell for this purple light bulb, parted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rollo. Now let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with such a grift.
He continued flipping.
Only found in grub cart.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Grift in grub cart. Griffin's grub cart. He wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Ah, brilliant. I guess you're off then. Good luck on the rest of the scavenger hunt. Thanks, Cuddle. I passed the truck there. Right, Griffin is that guy off the ice cream. If I'm not mistaken. Hey Griffin, did roll
Before
come?
Luca could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Oh, that's it? Bought and paid for, enjoy. I thought there was supposed to be a riddle or
Luca
something.
shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Yeah, it's cold. Oh yeah, that's been sitting here for a while. Holo wanted me to be sure to give you that one specifically. Well, that's
Luca
just...
tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth. He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Of course.
He
Oh,
shook
come
off
on.
the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
A pickup when you need some pep. Near the fountain, up the step.
Luca finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
This got it to be a whole thing. A pickup when you need some pep. Near the fountain, up the step. Up the step. This is the fountain. Here? There you are, Luca. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Oh, come on, you big Steve. Let the kids have some fun. Fine. But Rollo owes me
Lumi
one.
waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings? Your final task, a friendship brings. See, that wasn't so hard. Hard. I got hard. I feel sheeping somehow. I think it's sweet. What takes flight but has no wings? Your final task, a friendship brings. Could be the base. It's over here. What the fuck? Hey, did you find the comic book? Yep. And you got the corn dog? Yeah. Well then. I know it doesn't make up for what I said, but here, you've earned
Rolo
it.
sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
Flight. Thanks. You didn't have to go to all this trouble. I'm sorry I got so mad. Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. Now you have apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Look, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened with your mom and all, I've always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were hanging out with someone else, I kinda freaked out. Rolo. Still my turn. I felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant that I wasn't good enough. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luca. Okay, apology over. You can talk
Luca
now.
threw himself at Rolo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
Well, I don't serve you. I don't serve you either. That's why we serve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around and try to find some info about your mom. Snoop where? We could probably sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. Aren't you curious about all the stuff those clipboards write down? What if you get caught? I think I had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make the rest of the day about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can wait one more day. You know, I've been waiting to get some work done on the MCDC at the Mission Control. The aim is a bit unpredictable. That sounds perfect. Alright, let's go to the treehouse then. I got those 2 things. Let me see. Can we talk to this? Let me only see if I can use any of that.
Luca
No.
gently but first.
Alright, so let's go to the treehouse then. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your grand this morning. She asked me to give
Rolo
you this.
handed Luca an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. A letter?
Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand. If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you.
A letter from the
None
mother?
of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
No, it's grand. Alright, love you too,
Luca
Gran.
folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
Huh. What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whenever you want. You know, you really didn't have to go to all that trouble just to apologize. I know, but we've been looking forward to the festival for weeks. After I ruined everything with my big mouth, this was the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me.
Luca
Cole.
was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
The festival seemed nice. Was it nice? We can still go. Nah, this is fine. Well, there's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue. A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
What was that? Oh man, we missed the
It
fireworks.
was not fireworks. It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
Whoa, what the fuck?
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill. Before they could react, it encased them in ice. Two boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends.
Oh shit, this is a
scene.
bad end. They froze.
In a silent treehouse turned statuary, in a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together, for the rest of time. The end. No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either. There are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
Okay. So a break and humble struggle here is done. I think I'm going to the right side and go. Probably I'm going to choose the tickle. No, the tickle. The tickle is what? The one that he throws to the ground, right? So I'm going to do that. Skip to where I
Chapter
left.
4. The best Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just... Hopefully
We
he could...
already saw that one, so we can proceed. Look, what the hell are you doing out here? And why did a kid with grey hair just run past us in
Roxy
a
and
panic?
Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
That's Beck. I don't care who she is. What happened? We were just helping look for Rolo. Look, I need you to start telling me the
Roxy's
truth.
temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling, but this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luca.
We are running out
In a
of time.
torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down.
Rolo and I weren't just playing in Wii Poots yesterday. We were investigating lights at the old Valentine warehouse. But someone was there in a strange suit, and we hid in the dumps and had a heavy bag dropped on us, and I think it was the body. And so we ran, but we got split up, and I ran home. And it's all my fault, and now my best friend may never come back. Whoa. Just whoa.
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luca.
It's not your fault, Luca. Rolo's gonna be okay,
Roxy
I promise.
drew herself up.
I'm gonna fix this. Luca, go home. But I wanna help. This is too dangerous for a kid. I can't just sit around, I have to do
Roxy
something.
tried to think of the safest place to send Luca.
You go back to that little tree house you like to play. Wait there in case Rolo shows up. Sounds like
Luca
a plan?
wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
You did the right thing telling me the truth. Now scoot. You really believe his story? What other option do you have? Things have been strange around here leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird lately. Well, weirder than
Looking
normal.
into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it so cold here? This bug gives me the wheelies. Wait at 3 hours. Okay. This guy doesn't say nothing.
Mr. Nuncree jumped with a start.
Whoa, don't sneak up on an old fella like that. Sorry. Who are you talking to? What?
Luca motioned to the phone booth.
Oh, no. It was just I was just checking because I thought I heard it ring, but the dang thing never does, of course. Yeah, I never seen anyone use it really. The whole thing's a waste of money if you ask me. Any word from Rollo yet? Not yet. Long time for a boy to lose his way. Rollo knows those woods too well to get lost. I suppose you're right. Silly boys antics have this old town already sick. Antics? We all know Rollo likes to play his little pranks. You think this is a prank? What other possible explanation could there be? He's not playing a prank and he didn't get lost. Someone took him. I know it. How would you know that? Unless... Luca, is there something else that you know?
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on
Uh-oh.
Luca's shoulder.
Is this guy that did he kidnap Rollo? Dang it, boy, if there is something you know, something that could help your friend, you need to tell folks.
Luca peered up at Mr. Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a stern face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him.
There was a lurking behind those. Shame. I only have shame for over here.
There was a shame lurking behind those eyes. A deep sadness. If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rollo, maybe he could help.
He wants to help? I thought he would kidnap. It will be weird. Yesterday Rollo and I were messing. And I think it should be were messing around at the old Valentine warehouse.
Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Both of you? You were with Rollo when he went missing? Not exactly, I was hiding in the dumpster. The dumpster? What were you doing in there? At first we were just looking around. Then someone in strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran. That was the last time I saw him. You got scared by some garbage? Well, that's why you don't go skulking someone's dumpster. But it wasn't garbage, I think. I think it was a body. I'm sure it was just some trash. No, there was a name tag. It's a deep engineering.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
I wish you wouldn't have said
A
that.
deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Why did you have to? I tried, Luca. God knows I tried to keep you safe.
Luca attempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down
Wait,
on his
this
shoulder.
guy is a bad guy? But you, Van Horn, just can't help yourselves, can you? We were all so close to being done with
With a firm
this.
shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth.
What are you doing? It's out of my hands
The
now.
door latched shut with a mechanical hiss.
Shit.
As Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped
Whoa.
from under his feet. The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule, plummeting at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much. The end.
Oh no! What the fuck?
Wait. No.
Another bad end. Jesus, this was fast.
This
Chapter
isn't
4.
the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong. Okay, let's try something else.
God damn. So let me only check. Okay. So probably strange. Let's try strange.
Chapter 4. Our harvest awaits. Luca took a deep breath and gingerly opened the door, steeling himself for Gran's wrath.
Because over here we are home. Gran, I'm home. Everything's fine. Gran, I know I wasn't supposed to go anywhere. I was just helping look for Rollo. Because over here we are safe. Because those guys don't get like Iggy doesn't get like that monstrosity, and
Luca
Beck
was
doesn't get
alone.
gray hair.
The house was empty.
So Gran's not back yet. I guess that's a good thing. Nothing to do now but sleep, I guess.
Luca was sitting by the pond, listening to small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, he spoke. "Why don't you grab me some nice bait?" "Sure thing, Dad." Luca hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass. "We're fishing with bees?" Luca's father gave a warm chuckle. "Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one." Luca closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle between his finger and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work. Interesting choice. With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple. The wrong choice. But I respect it. The pond began to freeze over. Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right. Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luca scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold. Dad? I don't understand. Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal. The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father. Dad, look out! His father casually wound the reel. None of it's your fault, you know. Never was. Dad, we have to go. Luca grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. Please, you have to run. The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hands. That's the thing about fishing, Luca. His chest began to crystallize. You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out. A shock of searing cold ran up Luca's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single frozen mass. Luca tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet.
Jesus.
Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean? The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply.
What a fucking nightmare. Oh, the walkie-talkie.
Luca's eyes struggled to focus on the walkie-talkie.
Hello?
Faintly, he could hear Rollo amongst the noise.
Luca. Rollo, is that you? Luca. There? Rollo, it's the middle of the night. Luca, thank God. Listen, I don't know how long this thing will work down here. Down here?
Rollo's voice was coming through more clearly now, but some words were still just static.
Listen to me, someone grabbed me yesterday. What? The man in the hazmat suit? It was. Took me to some sort of... I think I'm underground. Underground? Are you okay? Kinda. They seem more interested in, for now, at least. Mr. Kerr said you made it back home safe. Kerr? No. Trust. He's... Hold on, someone's
The signal
coming.
went silent.
So Mr. Kerr is a bad guy too? It will make sense. Rollo? Rollo, where
Luca
are you?
held still, waiting for a response, his pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
Okay, I think they are gone. Getting worse. I can barely
Rollo's
hear you.
voice began to fade.
Losing signal. Not much time. Mission control. You need the tree house. The tree
that-
house.
The signal died for good.
What was he trying to say about the tree house? What's at the tree house? The antenna. He wants me to use the antenna in tree house to get a better signal. Hollow, you are a
Luca
genius.
grabbed the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse.
Go, go, go! Hope we don't get caught is what it is.
Luca heard a group of footsteps approaching. He dashed behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
Gran. These guys. So we all understand our roles. You can count on me. I still think we need more time. This wasn't the original
Mr.
plan.
Tulliver paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
We are all in danger now. I for one refuse to sit idly by while that danger persists. Refuse. Here, you just keep your wits
Mr.
about you.
Tulliver took one long, quiet breath.
You're right, you can count on me. I just wish we could have made that deal with the Aries Valentine. Her research will have still come in handy. As I said, I had no time to contact her after your call this morning. Plans changed. How is Luke holding up? He's fine. We shouldn't lose sight of the fact that this is all. I know very well what all of this is for. We have no choice. Operation Sparkplug has a new objective. Are you in
The
agreement?
three shared a determined look.
Good. We'll convene after the festival. So I got refuse. What the hell you can do with refuse? Grant, why are you meeting with Miss Vertel and Miss Tolliver late at night? Hey Luca! Ah! Don, you scared me. How long have you been there? Oh, just a few minutes. Earlier today I saw Mr. Tolliver and your Grant enter the diner together. When my shift at the newsstand was over, they still hadn't left, so I used the greatest tool of any investigative reporter. Time. When they left, I told them here. What do you think they are up to? Whatever it is, they seem organized and determined. They mentioned the festival. Yeah, I heard that too. Has your Grant been doing anything different recently? Anything strange? She got a phone call this morning and rushed out the door. A call from Erin Tolliver, it seems. She was either furious or terrified, or both. Luca, be careful out there. I think we might be in the middle of the scoop of a lifetime. I will. Aren't you coming out? Nah, I'm gonna stick out here for a bit longer. See you, Luca. I'm gonna go slowly down. Alright. I did it. I changed the sign. Span, did anyone see you? I don't believe so. You were right. It was simply enough to just rearrange the letters. Hot choice for a prank, though. In situations like this, all
The
is
two
good.
boys shared a mischievous grin.
I can't wait for everyone to see the big reveal. It should be quite memorable. Let's make ourselves scarce for now. So they changed the sign. I want to see over here. Do I have something new? Nope.
Luca gently good first.
Of course refuse won't be over here, right? Where you will fish with refuse. That will be weird. I refuse! Gotcha. Okay, they don't let you go over here. I had to try to see if I could find another charm. Right, 3 owls. The hell this gonna do? Holo, are you there? I'm at the 3 owls now, Holo. Mr. Kerr said you were alright. What happened out there? All this static. Dang it, Roll, where are you? Uh-oh. The fuck was that? Who's there?
Luca could only see a cloaked shape behind the rocket.
I got the weapons in here, so you better come out right
He
now.
strained to hear as a muffled voice began.
Is it Meg? Yeah, punch. How could you hurt something that's already
Fear
dead?
gripped Luca's throat.
Who are you? What? You don't recognize me? I guess I don't even recognize myself
Luca stared
anymore.
at the ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice. The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luca.
Oh, it's Iggy. I'm a monster. And now they hunt me like the beast I am. Oh, this is what happened when he got that hose. But wait, this is not that part, right? Isn't the tickled one that he push? Huh?
Luca
Iggy.
reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger.
Don't touch me. This is all your
Luca
fault.
slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I lost control. So you couldn't control yourself for a second. And I get to be like this forever. There must be a way to fix it. To fix this. Oh, you're gonna be my savior? Perfect little Luca saves the day. Why with his positive attitude and the power of friendship? None of this matters. There's no time. They are after me. They chasing me all through Quipwood. I only came in here to hide. Hide from who? Who's after you? Luca! Rollo? It's not safe, Luca. Holo, where are you? The treehouse. I'm at treehouse, Holo. Where are you? No, Luca. The treehouse isn't safe. They said they were going to treehouse. I was trying to tell you to stay away from treehouse. Who said they are going to treehouse? The clipboards. Why did I tell you? Those perennial harvest wackadoos are after me. They have been chasing me, yelling questions at me. What sort of questions? They were saying the same stuff they always do, but it's different now. Less asking, more threatening. We are gonna figure this out, Iggy. Yeah, well, thanks. Hello? Is anyone present in this arboreal domicile? Crap, they found me. Luca, what's happening? Don't panic, you stay here, I'll see what they want. Holy moly! Hello, Mr. Van Horn. We would love to hear your thoughts. Do you have time for an informal chat? We'll be brief. Your time is valuable to us. Be down in just a second. Don't go down. Of course. We have a problem. Luca, you get out of there. Who's out there? Is it them? Yeah, it's the clipboards. A bunch of them. How many? Maybe all of them? And yeah, you're right. They are saying the same stuff, but with the creepy knob cranked to 10. Might young Iggy be present? We'll love to hear his thoughts. Run!
Iggy slumped to his knees.
I don't know what to do. I'm just so tired. Luca, what do we do?
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window.
Follow my lead.
Luca and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rollo had constructed his MCDC, the Mission Control Defense Cannon. From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward,
Of course.
a warm smile on his face.
Iggy, there you are. You gave all of us a heck of a scare. Go away, just leave me alone. Oh, I'm sorry, Iggy, but no can do. Don't worry, Todd, we are here to help. Help? Then why are you chasing me? Luca, can you talk some sense into your pal there? Just look at him, he's not well. What's wrong with him? What did that gunk do to him? Well, that's a pretty honking big question, Luca. All you need to know is that he's sick. He's real sick, Luca. I just need you to let us up there and take care of him. You told me Rollo was okay, that he was back at his place resting. He is. Poor fella just got a little lost. That's a lie. That's a hurtful thing to say, Luca. I thought we were buddies. Why? Because he lets you ramble on a lick like a wackadoo? Nobody likes you, you
Kerr
creep.
smiled.
Why don't you pop on down here so we can have face to face? Yelling like this gonna give us all a heck of a sore throat. I know wants
Luca's
that.
grip tightened on the MCDC.
What did you do to Rollo, you liar? Well, shucks, Luca. The only tiny fib I told you was that he was at home. He's resting and he's perfectly safe, for now at least. What happens to him next is up to you, Luca. Look around. You are in quite the pickle and I'm the only person in the whole wide world who can help you. You get outside all these hands.
Luca's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? Iggy wiped his cheeks with a sleeve. What are you gonna do, Luca?
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. So we can do flight, right? Run or fight. I'm gonna go for fight.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. He swung the Mission Control Defense Cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr.
Let's go! Shoot! Hey, Mr.
Luca
Kerr.
summoned his most insolent demeanor.
Colo sends his regards. Oh, fuck. Hey, that wasn't called for. More than a little rude and just plain unsanitary. Look, I really did think we were good pals. What a shame that it's come to
Kerr
this.
turned his back on the two boys.
So that is trash, is it? What the fuck was that? And
With
this.
a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit.
They can't even climb that fucking rope. We gave an opening. Fuck.
As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luca looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end.
Oh my god.
That
God
escalated
fucking damn
quickly.
it.
Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here.
So we need to do is shame. We need to do is flight.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Flight. He squinted down the barrel of the Mission Control Defense Cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches.
Yeah, because it's
He
so
looked
that.
up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
I thought it was going to shoot, but nothing like that. Whoa, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr, we'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have place to be. Come on, Iggy. See ya, jerks. Woohoo! Fine, we know where that leads them. This way, we'll take the tunnels.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back. The boys tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice. In fact, it was ice. Chapter 5. Signs.
Chapter 5, okay.
They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet
Whoa.
as they gazed across a snowy terrain.
That's the first time that we are in a snowy place. That was actually pretty badass. I think we lost them. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. Then what's up with the winter wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. Whoa, that's pretty cool. Luca, are you there?
Luca had almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
It's that bozo Kerr. I hope nothing bad has happened to you out on those
Luca looked
woods.
at Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be
With a
rude.
resigned sigh, Luca responded.
It seems like the only dangerous thing in the wood is you. He speaks, the young man of the hour. Now, how international did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, Aldi, you Fernandes are full of surprise, aren't you? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mom sure was a
Luca
handful.
winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
We gotta keep moving. So wait, he knew our mother? By the way, is there another path?
A disc of smooth metal was lightly covered in snow. Two faint seams were visible along the surface.
A manual cover? If it is, I've never seen one like it. What's the readout? Sitting just above 258 Kelvin. That's down a bit from last time. Should report this to Mr. Kerr? Meh, still within safe range. It may be spray, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sides to it before we can punch out. Let's get this over with. What's all this? Hard to say with all this snow. I think it's a town sign. I can almost make out letters under there. What town could this even be? There couldn't be another town this deep in Whipwood. I'm looking at the evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we are dealing with here. Step 1, snow's gotta go. I'll see what I can do. But there's 2 ways to go. I find it's best to chuck stuff first and ask cares. Okay, you can't go over there. Aha! Welcome to Beacon Pines.
The boys stared in disbelief at the sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
This doesn't make any sense. We are in Beacon Pines? How's that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? I guess we got turned around. Where did all this snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. There's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape. The puddle what we fought at before. It was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source. You think it's related? What the hell is going on? We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. Wait, but what else was the other way? God damn it.
The fencing glistened, each chain link encapsulated with a translucent layer of ice.
Looks like stuff they put around we put. The stuff we put I don't know. It's all
Looking
frozen.
down at the frozen stream, Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Whatever happened here, it happened fast. The fish didn't even have time to run. Or, you know, swim run. This stuff look familiar to you? It looks like the barrel near the puddle I shoveled me into. Yeah. So wait, isn't this the right
The crunching of
Beacon
footsteps
Pines?
trailing Luca went hush. He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all of this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic atomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't even gonna save ourselves. My face is mangled. The town is destroyed, and everyone we have ever known is gone. We don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. Iggy, it's gonna be okay.
Luca peered upward at the darkening sky. He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry. Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion, and more than a little guilt.
It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Let's just rest
The
for a
boys
bit.
huddled together for warmth and comfort. If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day. As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
Are they going to sleep like this in the fucking snow? In the cold? The way the snow covered everything over, it's kinda calming. Yeah, I haven't had time to say it, but thanks. Huh? For getting us away from those creeps. I sorta froze up back there. Iggy, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper. Nah, that's bull hokey. First of all, you didn't know what the gun could do. You didn't, right? Of course not. And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my
Iggy
temper.
motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously, but that's exactly what you should have done, huh? I was being a horse ass. You were supposed to be a horse ass in response. That's how it works. Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Gee, you goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things trying to get into
Iggy
fights?
shrugged.
It's something to do. You are an asshole because you are bored. Sometimes I just feel empty. You won't understand. You and Roll are always having a blast together, laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission
Iggy
control.
now wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn with his perfect little life. My life is not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. Hell, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet and even she already likes you. You have
He
Tish.
wiped his nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great, but she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you
Luca
know?
gave a warm chuckle.
I get that
Iggy cleared
impression.
his throat as he wiped his eyes.
It must be raining out here. Definitely.
Iggy arched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try to get some sleep. Yeah, let's say hello for now. Tomorrow we'll get to the bottom of all
Luca's
this.
eyelids began to slowly drift shut.
Luca? Yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what?
That's all Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep. Iggy snuggled in some more.
When it comes to worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad.
The house smelled of warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke. "This is how you remember them, huh?" Luca turned to see his own face, the doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes. Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't really like this. The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it. It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you? Lucas snatched the block from the figure's yellow-gloved hand. Remember what? The doppelganger pointed to the couch. The last day we saw him alive. The day he chose to abandon us. Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively. Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Let me show you. The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room. Now, we both know that's not how this went. He grabbed Luca's hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope.
He was here with the stethoscope and
It was his parents
arguing.
fighting.
Yeah.
Do you remember what we did next? Luca gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared. His father stepped forward. What am I supposed to do? Just watch? There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people. I won't turn my back on them. Luca's mother grabbed Walt. She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you. Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder. What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this. Eleanor raised her voice. Spare me your bullshit platitudes. What about our son? Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile. Luca, is that you, buddy? With tears in his eyes, Luca descended the stairs. Mom? Dad? What's going on? Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye. Nothing, buckaroo. Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all. Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere? Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears. Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in. Luca hugged his father tightly. Promise? Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder. I promise. With a wink and a grin, he put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
Interesting.
A figure approached soundlessly from the foggy snowfall. It stood
Fuck is
above
that?
them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head. From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
Get your hands off me.
Whether it was the calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Just what do you think you are
Luca
doing?
looked up, gradually remembering his whereabouts. The figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We were asleep minding our own business. You are the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody. Huh? Oh, I see. You think you are better than me? You...
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You big-hated, scarfy-necked furball? Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? A friend, an observer, a hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility. Great, how about a name? If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
How about you make like a Nat and buzz off? Very
Nat
well.
began to turn away indifferently.
Huh. We never heard about this character. Wait, do you live here? You might say that. So you know where we are? You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to live, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Look, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here. One way or
Iggy
another.
turned sharply and began to stomp off.
We need to stay together, Iggy. Enough with riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well, I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back
Luca
home.
and Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open
For a
them.
brief moment, Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place, cold and disheartened.
This is your home. These beacon pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Whipwood, or we teleport to some alternate universe, or this is also some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons. But this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Our last reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. As I say, these beacon pines, the original true beacon pines. So the other is a fake one? You both grew up here, but the town you have called your home for the past several years is a replica, a remarkable achievement of engineering to be fair. But a replica... Fuck, I didn't read the rest. That's impossible. It's too much work. You'll need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat will require immense labor power, that which could be moved will be moved. That which could not will require precise duplicate. We will have noticed. Someone will have noticed. You'll think so, unless the auditing was impeccable. Am I numbing attention to detail? As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to this miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, a revulsion even. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edge, keeping
Luca
us
and
sane.
Iggy looked around uncomfortably.
So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is to
Nat
uncover
narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered.
the source. What you'll say the source like that? Why
Luca
indeed?
began to laugh uncomfortably.
It's all ridiculous. There's no way
He
they
looked
could.
down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home.
He sprinted off into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out.
Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Greenwood. So she knows the truth, okay.
Chapter 6.
Chapter 6?
The Source.
The source,
Nat
okay.
expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived. He'd given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies. The clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest.
True.
But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know.
What the hell is that? So this
Luca
was the other
stopped
path.
dead in his tracks. The tree was gone.
Yep.
Uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow.
So this is where the father was buried, is it? This is the place, but it's not over here.
His numb hands hit something hard. A headstone. A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
Or this is the place. You are here. All this time I thought I was visiting you, but you have been here alone in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. So you was always going to the fake, not cemetery, but the fake place where the dad was buried, while the real one was in here. They ruined your favorite spot in the world, our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do
There
I
was
do?
no reply. Just snow-covered silence.
Why do you give me the sleep like that? What if I couldn't find you, you
Iggy
jerk?
finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh, Iggy, they stole this tree, Iggy. Yikes.
Suddenly, they heard the crunch of approaching footsteps in the snow.
Hide! We got hide. Whoa. 259k. Fall off, this is still good. Did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. The people who love them will never know the truth. The truth is
He bent down
overrated.
to scoop up a snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey, don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah, come on. It's almost lunchtime. What the fuck? The way that he walks. Here I thought I was a jerk. These dingoes are out here little dancing
Luca
on
stuttered
graves.
through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some
Iggy gave
advice.
Luca a solid smack on the back of his head.
Hey, who's any of these helping? What? Sitting here in the snow crying like some pushover. Who you helping? Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah blah blah. Luca Van Horn, you are a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at ya acting like a horse ass, I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah. Karen is merry little band of clipboards pull off this switcheroo for a reason, right? Nat mentioned something about the
Luca wiped
source.
his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever at source must be a helpful valve to perennial harvests. Sure, will be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. And what if it's too big to
Iggy
smash?
flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad, I promise. Let's do this. Locate the source. It can get awful cold out there in those woods, Luca. Probably best you two stay out put and conserve your energy. Apple's on the way. Where's Rollo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh heavens no, do I seem like a killer to
Iggy
you?
and Luca shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? Ah shucks, now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. Okay, so that was the way. It's not over there? Let's see. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull painted on its lid.
What's that? Long story. So a few years back I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff that give kids, the good stuff. So why did you bury it under a tree? That's the long part of the story. You and Roll were doing chores at Roll's chicken coop, and you guys pissed me off for some reason or
Luca
another.
rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you
Iggy
didn't.
stifled a chuckle.
So it was Iggy that burned the chicken coop. Yup. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare, but like I said, these were some primal fireworks, so I might underestimate things. You blew up the chicken coop. I prefer to think of it as an incendiary decoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the looks on your face. Hollow got grounded for months, which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried them under that tree, but when I came back for them later, they were gone. I figure some grown-up found them and
Iggy
tossed them.
triumphantly raised the shoebox.
Turns out it wasn't the fireworks that got moved, it was us. Unbelievable. Yep, there we go. Even more evidence that it was the people and not the city, and not the stuff. It was the people that moved to a replica. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo, you're not a hero. You are a little brat who is in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they are a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepared for blast off, loser. So how the hell we go to there? Oh shit. Crooked. Just like this whole stinking place. Oh! A spoon. Fuck. I got a spoon that says crooked. Interesting. Trying to see if there's nothing else. Doesn't look like.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
Echo, 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 echo. Whoa, I can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now. But why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. This is the source? It's a dang hole. How do we smash a hole? Uh-oh. Kerr. Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Kerr. Where's Hollow? I was lying before he's safe. Well, safer than you two at least. Drat, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't
Mr.
you?
Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? Well, that's a dozy of a question. This is the source, where they collect the unrefined...
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh heavens no, my role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart
His
boy.
face contorted into a saccharine grin.
It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. It seems like you were destined to be a creepy lucky. The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime, and you happen to be extras ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not gonna be so winning after we are done with you. No, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a
Kerr
bit.
snapped his fingers.
Scene change. Oh god. There, that's better. Deal with that.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Just jump, man. Just jump. Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't.
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop! Let's not do something regretful. Joke's on you, regret's one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what will happen if I threw this in your precious hole? Nothing. Nothing at all. You are a terrible liar. I'll have you know. I'm an exceptional liar. That's far
Iggy
enough.
plucked a single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool. Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You all can head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle this to you from here.
Mr. Kerr sighed into the frigid air.
It's just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. What, like
With a
this?
nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Oh shit. Oh, whoa.
With a growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca.
Oh no!
Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side. Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
You reckless child, what have you done? Look, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. What channel do I use? It doesn't make a damn difference, they're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way you get out of this is if Kurt's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If you let go, we both die. I don't wanna die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kurt, you had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insult.
Long life? I'll have you know I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phil is
With a
young.
wild look in his eye, Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Okay, singing. Whoa, can you believe this guy? Hum. I got hum.
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kurt, just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's
Luca
okay.
felt Iggy loosen his grasp.
You aren't going to kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Nah, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy,
Luca
no.
felt his hand slipping.
And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's your only way out of this mess. Two birds with one stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos
A
traveling
calm
packs.
settled over Iggy's face.
Luca, let me do
Iggy's
this.
voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once. Oh, fuck. Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's
Luca
request.
had no choice but to accept Iggy's request.
We're gonna do accept.
With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void. As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good. Damn. Iggy. Sacrificing
The
for
two
better
silhouettes
good.
were swallowed by darkness.
The fireworks at the end. Hell of a goodbye, Iggy. Nat, you could have help. What the fuck? Luca, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Whoa. Curious. But of course, those fireworks of here must have been just the right amount of energy. You should get out of here before Perennial Harvest arrives. Not to tell me what just happened. Your friend sacrificed just to save this town, for a little while anyway. How? Tempus liquamine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself, but doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold and the fireworks make the gold freeze over? That's one way of putting it, yes. As dumb luck will have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate the runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that
We
case.
have some idea what that would look like.
It will take them a good while to safely break through and access the source again. If you know all of this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I've been in my way. Each one of us have our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You? Me? Why? What's my
A
role?
fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn, you are going to save the world. What?
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow.
So wait, she probably travels time like through that tree?
Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder. Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm? Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger?
What? This is not
just
the right
when it was
way?
getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels. Let's go back and find something more definitive.
What? So, we go for Fuse.
Luca had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request.
I was gonna say,
He
wait, they
tightened
already
his grip
say
and reached for the
Beacon Pines
walkie-talkie in
you
his
in the
pocket.
game? But no.
A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end.
Oh, fuck, that's not the good one.
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
Wait, so where the hell you go for? Huh. Oh, here? On break? Do I need to go for this one to get something?
Luca began to respond, but the sky
Because I
answered
can't go
for
more
him as
over
the
there.
clouds above
I'm
began to
missing something
break,
then.
revealing patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
Sure, you came to Hall. You're not going home? No, I promise I'll tell
Luca
him
stopped
about.
himself mid-sentence.
Promise you'll tell him what? Spit it out, bub. We are fake as thieves now. If there's a juicy secret, you have got to tell me. Okay, we can come to Treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah. Oh, she come with us? Oh shit.
Luca saw Beck skulking by the gate.
So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spiked gate, looming mansion, rich exclusive owners. It even smells
Beck
shady.
grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Mark my words, you can't nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. Okay. What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, height. That's Iris Valentine. Who's that she's talking to? Shh. I expect you to return that suit in working order, of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned, there is nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightful mine. If that means making some unsavory alliance, so be it. I couldn't agree more. There comes a time to spend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now this is what I was talking
Beck's
about.
voice was an excited whisper.
Proper shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh. You do understand that when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything? I won't expect any less of you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. I can't wait to see the look on that Rube Care's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm still surprised you are so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that change is painful. Whoa, I wasn't expecting shady, but that's just flat out supervillain talk. If you don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing
The
all of this?
mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
Granny?
A
Family.
chill ran down Luca's spine. His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect.
Gran
Granny? What
tousled
the
her hair
fuck?
back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal to the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing
Gran gave
suspicion.
Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night.
Holy shit. What the hell?
Chapter 5. What big ears you have.
Chapter 5, what big ears you are.
Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
Who'll have thought? What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of that old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my gran. That was your gran? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sure there is a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Lead the way. Holy crap. For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course you're
The
not worried.
clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Well, maybe try mending your P's and
Mr.
Q's.
Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you'll just sign here, acknowledge everything is accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of.
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
There. And will you like my eternal soul
The
as well?
clipboards looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility, then broke into laughter as they walked away.
Yeah. Oh, they run. Hey, Mr. Nuncreed. Look, let me give you some advice. Next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give them a good hard pop right in the kissa. Oh, Grant tells me to just keep away from the clipboards. That's good, that's good. Your granny's a smart lady, Luca. Speaking of which, you better run along home now. Too dark out to be wandering on your own. I know you are a bad guy, dude. Over here, there's nothing. This guy always is like reading from the book. Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. Have you noticed all the perennial harvest folks order the same drink? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam. Why? I don't know. Just thought it's a little odd. Pretty weird for sure. Well, the customer's always right. See you bright and early tomorrow. Can't wait.
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's all coming together quite nicely. Couldn't have done it
The
without
mayor
you.
gave a half-hearted shrug.
I'm not so sure about that. Nonsense. That reminds me, I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions. Yeah, she has been indisposed of late. She doesn't much like me, does she? Oh no, that's not it at all. She's been busy, of course. Regards, I will be forever grateful if you could pass my thanks on to her. The History Museum adds a real air of import to the whole affair. And we couldn't very well celebrate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. My father was a great man. You are darn tootin' he
Kerr
was.
lopped his arm on Gus's shoulder.
But I mean the entire Valentine family, President Copper included. Can I ask you something, Mr. Kerr? Call me William. Ask away. William, why are you doing all of this? Gosh, I've never felt one needed a compelling reason to throw a party. Not just a festival, all of this. There gotta be 100 down on their luck towns out there. Why is Perennial Harvest so invested in helping become pines? You know what I love most about the agriculture business? Seeds. Seeds? Yep, little bundles of
With a
potential.
glimmer in his eye, Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
You treat the seed right, nurture it, feed it, and it can grow into something truly special. You see potential here? Undoubtedly. The seed of greatness is already under our feet. All it needs is a little nudge, and the right leadership, of course. Oh, good night, Mayor Valentine. And there he goes. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the trio is just a little far on from here. So what's your body roll like? Rollo is Rollo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I just never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny, even when he's not trying to be. Things I've been taught for his family since the fall harvest. It's about damn time you tell me about this fall harvest thing is. It's kinda long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Oh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So Valentine grew and grew. Big Bunch pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharp Valentine or used this fertilizer. Things were good. I'm sensing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharp Valentine suddenly died, and something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water, or air, or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died, and everyone blamed the Valentines. The fall harvest. Yep. Valentine fertilizer went out of business, half of town lost their jobs. Sheesh. The next year the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it sort of crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why? Nope. I take it. Rollo's farm got the short end of the stick. Yep, for some reason their farm was hit harder than the others. That sucks. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came to town. The Beacon Pines Reborn initiative? Yep, first thing they did was give town a deep scrub. They even put us in hotels one town over for a week while they contaminate groundwater. We better get going. So they put in hotels, fake to change. Interesting.
Luca tied a bent. If all you have is a hammer.
Is this the last one for this place? Could it be the last one for the pound? A photo. It's a photo of you and Uncle Joseph. Let me see that. Huh. Look at those two young fools. How did they end up at the bottom of the pond? Who can say? Some things are just hard to explain. I miss Uncle Joseph. How come he doesn't come fishing with us anymore? He's busy with his new job at Valentine's. What's a new job got to do with him fishing with us? It's complicated. Like I say, some things are hard to explain. Is there still more to get? Huh. It's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name's back. He must be Rollo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission
Rollo
Control.
waggled his head with pride.
You'll find we have spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey Luca, you know the security concerns we talk about? Yeah? While I was waiting I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. How the hell do you enter? The fuck is Rollo doing? Oh shit. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. Shit. Ah, fuck. There we go. Where do you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Chef who trades us junk for snacks. Junk for food junk. Nice. So, pretty sweet security, right? It was imaginative, I'll give you that. Look, are you sure you can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess? Okay, look, you promised to fill me in about Valentine Warehouse.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
So like I said, there was someone there. What they were doing, I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters? I don't think so. It seemed more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman. How did you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran. Dang. That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw Iris Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing the same sort of
Lola let
hazmat
out a
suit.
low whistle.
And they weren't there for idle chit chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup. So let me get this straight. There's an operation full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then you saw your Gran in the same suit talking to Iris Valentine. Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this town is kinda
Rollo and
awesome.
Luca shot back a look.
No offense. And so we can logically conclude, aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town, and their lead is your Gran and she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, they are no aliens. Second, it couldn't have been my Gran at her house. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged, but she definitely hiding something, maybe. Your Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe, and all she does is sit around making jam. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know, we haven't talked much since she moved in. Your Gran isn't from here? No, she came from a few months back to take care of me after his mom went missing. Do you know your Gran before? Not really, no. It will be years since I've seen her. Look, I don't take this the wrong way, but are we sure your Gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying. It sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could say the same thing about your family, but you're right. Look, your Gran is hiding something. And Pa always say, folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. If my Gran really is hiding something, don't you think I will have noticed by now? That's kinda the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear, and we can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can cut me in.
Chapter 6.
Yeah, chapter 6.
Secret lair. Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
What time is it? Probably it's gonna be the room. Oops. It comes with that hat, what the hell? Hello, what on earth is that? Hmm? That little thing on your head. Oh, this. It helps me think. You're gonna need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. The coast is clear? Yep, whatever she's been up to this week has been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well, the game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
If I were Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rollo flung open the cabinet with confidence.
Ha!
He coughed, as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that does isn't what we are looking for, or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunch are for suckers. Dustbin in the room. Eureka! She lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rollo. Drat, it may already be too late. Just think of the months of documents lost to ash. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Can you just think for a moment? Look, is there any way Grant doesn't want you to go? Yeah, the closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason that we should check it there first. No dice is locked. Well, well, well. Look who stands to reason now. I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bush. Who has ever thought, I'm going to take this important thing and hug it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she's always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway, I can't reach
A
the
look
latch.
of realization crept onto Luca's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
So it's in the dishware, is it? In this place? Alright, Rollo, this is your time to shine. Ah, yes. You have called upon my expert detective skills, and I know I shall
Before
proceed
he could
with.
finish, Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
Hey, this is my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick, and every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss, but the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah, I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey! I was just young on this random
As
teacup
Beck
and...
pulled on one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Oh shit, she got it. Seems like your grand has been doing some modeling. Dude, only two types of people have secret layers. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So which one do you think she is? We are about to find out. Okay, so more of an unusual spirit vibe. Oh wow, yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. What do we have here? Barrels marked caution explosive. And jam jars? That's enough jam to feed the whole town. What kind of incendiary jam is your grand making? Incendiary. She wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs, right? Only one way to find
Rollo
out.
casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam. He
Huckleberries.
smacked his lips.
A hint of brown sugar. And... hink? What?
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
Aha!
Rollo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It says to Miss Fratelli, a grand gem grand? It says, last night I used the disguise Harris provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Oh fuck, I didn't read the rest. Oh man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. So more a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You are new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here. Oh, you don't get anything by punching? Really? Don't get anything? Okay.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
What you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Yeah, that was
Luca
the doctor.
nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dan's documents such as these are a lot like cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. Whoa, I had no idea we were impressed of the preeminent scholar in Dan's documents and cheeseburgers. By all means,
He
proceed.
stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Here you are. Follow-up examination of Terence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. He now describes soreness of muscle and joints. These similar to the symptoms exhibited by Miss Wilby just a few days apart. Still waiting on lab results from
Rollo looked
Joseph.
up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kinda disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncree's name. Wait,
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
there's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water at his home has been contaminated, perhaps environmental. Lab results only raise more questions. It's like he came back to this report later and made those notes, so it might be related to
Rollo
something
scanned
else.
through several more pages.
Here, the writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. The disease or whatever it is progressed so fast, and with his wife passing, Terrence's condition follows close behind. Exacerbated by the loss, enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own
Luca,
hands.
staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say
Rollo
next?
rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be
Luca
more.
frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Look, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What do you mean enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This
Luca
bullshit.
slammed the drawer shut. A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your gran a serial killer? Cause I'm starting to get the vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town, out of the kindness of her heart. She put the little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncree has a check mark. The clipboards are all inside a big circle. My mom's are both on there, here, both with question marks. Goswand has a question mark. Harris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Huh, Mr. Carr has a bullseye. The killer has chosen their next victim. We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Cool, this looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Hollow. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town. And if you
Rollo
follow
carefully traced the path with his finger.
it leads right
He
to
jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square? That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Huh. Well, that doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path on that map has the same symbol as those explosions over there. So it's not any treasure? A real bummer. Well, what's the thing you have been excited about the past month? The festival. These just say this feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. She's gonna blow up the festival. Not if we stop her. Granny's here. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
What was that? What? No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Shh, quiet. Hit the lights.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps. The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall.
Uh-oh.
Then suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Hello?
A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone
The
down
three
here?
kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump,
You.
thump,
I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm just here to help. Just...
At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Guess it's
Rollo
nothing.
shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
Roll,
It
don't.
was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Flaming chicken coop!
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rollo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone
From
there?
the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I didn't know if I had to be me, but there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Roll, that was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that
Luca
person?
scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You should call him good, Rollo. He's
As
knockout
Beck
cold.
flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Mr. Tolliver?
Chapter 7.
Ooh, chapter 7. Hello!
The Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver. Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain. They couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
They'll run the classic good cop, hard cop
They'd run the
interrogation.
classic. Good. Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times. Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, Mr.
Mr.
Tolliver.
Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr.
Beck
Tolliver?
and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I say, Mr.
He
Tolliver!
grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in
The
the
chair
world?
wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who's
Mr.
there?
Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking questions here, punk. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you
The
are
doubtful
sweating.
expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or... Well, let's just say I never needed another
Rollo,
way.
hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance! What? I don't
Mr.
even...
Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You tied me down, how on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk! Spill the beans! What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper, to make sure everything's ready. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Gran?
Mr.
Gran?
Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Cool
He shook
lord.
his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you got it all wrong. Where is she now? She said to the source. Source? What's the source?
His
It's
voice
where
faded to a whisper.
the town began, where it all began. What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Top any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Nah, that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. Is there any information? If there's any information about the sources, think Kadu can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. This is a dang nice library. Thanks, we work hard on it. Aren't you a little young to be a librarian? Oh, Cadon got here so much event they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quite an to get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. I already told you on Rollo. I can't put any higher on the wait list for the next Atomic. And if you are here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience. Actually, we are looking to do some research. Now you are speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing, we sorta don't know. What do you get on history of the town? There's the county record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they go all the way back when the town was founded. Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8.
Ooh, chapter 8.
6 feet under, 3 towns over.
Ooh, 6 feet under, 3 towns
The kids
over.
spent the rest of the afternoon combing through
Okay.
dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance.
That's the farthest that I
Luca
got.
tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst, but the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. We're all caught to live a full and wonderful life, till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of
Rollo
his
shut
ears.
his book with an assertive nod.
If you got a bad idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal, and it won't be boring county records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries
Rollo
myself.
muttered under his breath.
You are a county record. Really? That's the best you got? When I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just
Beck
like
slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Arthur here. I'd love to see you try. Hey! We are all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what was that name back? In the Hobbit? J. Hartford? From the Brookville Tribune 20 years ago? That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. That's my grand's name, Juniper Hartford. Maybe there were two J. Hartfords? Miss Hartford is... Miss Hartford is survived. He survived or I've survived? Huh? Miss Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your grand is 6 feet under, 3 towns over, then who am I living
The
with?
question hung in the air.
Is it a fake one? Or is it the mother? Huh? Alright gang, I got a close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Penny's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering. He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off. Just some dusty knickknacks.
Okay, let's go and check Mr. Tolliver. Oh, fuck. It's not there anymore. Oh,
Mr.
no.
Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings and left without
Or
a trace.
maybe Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
Okay, I can figure this out. I just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
I'm afraid your jam delivery will be
He
delayed.
flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed, hehehe. Okay, now I can think. So if Granny knows we tied up Mr. Todd, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act if nothing is wrong. Granny will think Mr. Todd finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Huh, you don't get down anything by punching that shit? Huh. Very, very weird. Granny's not there anymore. Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong.
Come on, legs, just a few more steps.
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
It was the jam. He ate that one off Mr. Numcrid and got dizzy. Sweet boy, what did you get yourself into? Gran? Rest now and let me handle everything.
Chapter 9.
Chapter 9. Whoa. Okay.
A speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him? Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed? Shaking the questions
so
from
small,
his woozy
Jesus.
head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
The festival. Chapter 8 was like, what, 5 minutes? Or something like that. Not even 5 minutes, it was like 2 minutes. Alright. Meeting with the others. Where have you been? Graham put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret match for secret conspirators. Not this one, the one intended for Mr. Nuncreed. Put me to sleep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Sly devil. Sly. I got Sly. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We look around but haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found, but Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus has got up to the podium. Everyone is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Is this thing... Hello, Beacon Pirates. I'm August Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Yes, before we get started, I just want to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharp Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause, befitting such a great man. So, like one or two. Even that's more than the whole culture
Gus
deserves.
cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right, where
William
was I?
Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine,
He
everyone.
gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Ah, heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. We'll be ashamed to waste such a beautiful
Mr.
podium.
Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Oh god. Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of bridge to better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I'm thankful for it. Change is the reason we are here together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town which would change my
Mr.
life
Kerr
forever.
took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
For a second I set a foot in Beacon Pine. Something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held onto the things that made them
He
special.
thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community conviction, commitment,
Mr. Kerr
change.
nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. Emperor and Iris is community first and
Mr. Kerr
foremost.
methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the fall harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just the horizon. Perennial harvest was founded on the conviction that we are the horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to
His
each other.
voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we'll shape together, and that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will I'll be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. Oh, the bomb. What was
The crowd
that?
began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone, remain
Mr.
calm.
Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town, and so it's with a happy heart that I can
He
proclaim
raised his hands up to the heavens.
our harvest awaits. No! The fucking freeze again.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end. There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything. Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again.
Okay.
No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
But oh, Sly over here. Okay. So instead of being hard, we can be chill or sly.
They'd
Sly
run the
cop.
classic good cop, sly cop interrogation. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task.
Okay, back doing the
With a few
interrogation.
crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What's going on here? You are that model girl. Please call me back. Sorry
Mr.
about all
Tolliver
this.
looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent
Beck
you here?
caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with precautions. Operation Spark Plug SL on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who will suspect a kid? I suppose that
Mr.
makes sense.
Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust in
Mr.
this town.
Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So it turns out we are both here
Beck
to
twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy
Beck
the
shook her
evidence.
head and clicked her tongue.
Yep. The old gal is nothing if
Mr.
not
Tolliver
forgot.
let out an amused huff in agreement.
Sure, she sure is. Can't blame her at all. If anyone were to find out that we're going to destroy the source, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up
Beck
down
was on
here.
a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There is one more loose hand I'll work on. Loose hand? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day I had the radio on scan while stalking the candidate's shelf. And won't you know, I intercepted an odd phrase in a Permanent Iris transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Say it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and know where to put it? It's gonna mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I got this under control. That's a cliff. Between you and me, this basically gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look.
Uh-oh.
She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
You guys catch it? Sure did. This whole time Mr. Todd had a candy shelf, but all he ever sells us is
Beck
apples.
blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rollo? Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a war with Mr. Todd about that candy shelf. Fine, in the meantime I got an
She
idea.
turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spider-smith never what it
Beck
seems.
marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to hide the meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered. Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number thingies. So U will be 21, N will be 14, D will be... Oh, it's an anagram. Nuncrint's
Luca and
drugstore.
Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
Well, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Krant's Nude Hug Store. Yeah, I think you were right first time. How do you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Nice. Well, let's go to there. Oh, look who it is. You scared me half to death. Sorry, you kids haven't seen Mr. Tolver around, have you? Nope. He's got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear that man will be late to his own funeral. Well, we saw, but shh. Okay, can I fish something else? I don't know if you can get more in here.
Luca gently at first.
I don't think you can get more stuff from over here. I think it's all full. You're late, August. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down for festival. Oh, what you have to report? What is this Easy Town Festival really about?
Gus looked around nervously.
I think Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as a mayor so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what current perennial harvest true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, Iris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered us to help us. We accept that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That is just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damn backyard. They are dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When this all inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of that future or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you will always just be Gus. Good night, Iris. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. It's getting late, children. And why do you care? What the hell? Oh, Solomon.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. We are looking for Mr. Nuncre. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Then where do you get the candy from? You might say we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's a small pleasure in life, though we might not always have family to rely on. Licorice has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice will be my first choice, but whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. Oh yeah, I guess. I like sour gulps. I'm certain you do. I always wonder why Mr. Nuncre kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some it's as easy as cold hard cash. Well, he's right, it's locked. There's gotta be more clues. Okay, let's see. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Uncreed? No.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Grant's Note Hug Store. I mean, underground secrets. That's the
Beck flung
password.
open the door, and they all squeezed in.
Alright, let's see
Luca
here.
cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground secrets. Sounds like that did something. Great, now what? I guess we...
The
Ah!
inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground.
Oh shit.
The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it. You knew that there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth? Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. I never thought of it. Look, do you remember when I say how cool it would be if the trans-dimensional conditions from Atomic issue number 12 were real? Hold on, at one point or another you said that about every technology ever discussed in Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. It looks like each of these has something written on them. This suit has a broken mask. So have we found our mystery warehouse creeper? We have at least found their asthma suit. If it walks like a non-Creed and talks like a non-Creed, let's not jump to conclusions, just saying. Mining operations alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer, and a series of tubes. Pa always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they eat gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa, you don't always realize what he means until it's too late. Perennial Harvest main office. That's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff. Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? These start to feel like something big. That's a lot of buttons. Standing aside Earthlings, I've read enough Atomic to know my way around sci-fi
Yolo's
tech.
hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Bro, what you do? Nothing! I didn't even mow it yet. What was that? Hide! Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just get back. Non-Creed. Shit. 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 Awesome. You all need to come with me now. We aren't going anywhere with you, not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets, I told them it was an absurd password, but I love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now, I like my skin. This all stops now, non-Creed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back
He
before.
gestured toward the strange tubes.
All of this. That's a lie. It's true. I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. I needed the least doctor and bright-eye pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were his sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients and I helped him. Yep, total
Non-Creed
sidekick.
let out a growl of a sigh.
Look, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us, says he got an opportunity. He'll find something he didn't quite understand, and he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believe in helping people. But the thing I could never get him understand was, it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. classic sidekick into villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day is dead
He
and
shook
gone.
his head wistfully.
Sharper long gone, but still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of these, but you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know? My granny isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? Apparently she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say it isn't the only underground layer we have passed into today. And honestly, hers is way cooler. She got maps and explodes and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what she's messing with. Tell me now, she's in danger, boy. I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in town square. The fountain? But why
A
would...
jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source? What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze on. Dear God, she's going to freeze us all. You all need to run. Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. That did not go how I expected. So we are totally following him, right? Totally. See you on the other side. You good? Yep. I love this town. Here they go.
Chapter 8. The Cold, Hard Truth. Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera, as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
Again into the snow. Oh, the tunnel. Oh, shit. That was intense? Yeah. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like it got any of us. It didn't feel like we traveled that far. Sure, so where did it all go? This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up out here? Only one way to find out, I suppose. We got to catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. What about this way? Nothing? Ah. This looks familiar, yeah. Maybe we can clear off the snow. No time, Nuncreed's getting away. Oh, they don't clean, you can't clean. Nope. You can't say that Beacon Pines. Okay, this started to feel really familiar. I might not be the most well-versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this looks some sort of frozen replica of town. Ha, I got it. It's obvious, Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. Hold, stick with me here. His speech can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is there, base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. The final objective, kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pines citizen for their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving. Jump, jump.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild. Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you are doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you have doomed this whole town. Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this
Mr.
moment.
Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rollenbeck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over the torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you and you betrayed that trust. Look, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not
They
true.
both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to effect change. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. Now, that's not
They
fair.
menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge.
Uh-oh.
Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
And in the stillness, he began to hum.
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind, the only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud. Gran lowered the torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself. Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note. Luca lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his
It's
mother.
not the grand, probably it's the mother. How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little Bucaro. Bucaro? The only people who call me that are my dead aunt, your mother.
Luca blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly. He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother, only smaller, older, changed.
Mom? That's right, Bucaro. Mom!
Luca sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother.
So it was the mother and not Granny. Probably she got that horse and got older, and then that's why she ran away because of that.
They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
Lenore? I thought you were gone. You should have known I will never abandon my
Eleanor
son.
looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You are a smart man, Joseph. I thought you would have pieced it together by now. You were exposed? Yeah. The green ooze, she probably stepped on it or fell into it and got old and she ran away because she didn't want to see that she was older. Mom, I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right there, right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers will help us both move on, but the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until Parent Harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want, and they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then, what do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting
For the
fire with
first time
fire.
in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now. There's a better way to stop Parent Harvest. The cold
Luca
hard
gazed
truth.
down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We got the party to crash. Let's go, mother! Holy shit. You don't understand. He always wins.
Chapter 9. The Devil You Know.
Ooh, the devil, you
7
know.
months ago, Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under Perennial Harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand. The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus liquamen. There were dozens of them. Every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
So basically explaining what happened to her. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change. I'm tickle pink that we will be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar. Oh, excuse me? I will not. This town has dangerous secret and predators only exist to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They pick up the whole damn town and move it right under our nose. You aren't making any sense,
Mr.
dear.
Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
You might just think. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the fall harvest. They told us they will clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated, Miss Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to. You are afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniff a little warm. This growing tiresome. A little help, please. Don't you all see? This festival is a sham, an excuse to have the old town gathered in one place. They are planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I am Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just as sneaky as the Dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true. And now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry about this disruption. My research will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable, so that she can get the help she needs. She's not the one who's disturbed. You two-timing clown. You all know there is something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is... Okay, why is Solomon clapping? The fuck? That's quite enough, Mr.
Torment
Nuncreed.
dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
Yes, sir. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. Ah, the ever-tempest Eleanor Van Horn. You have been quite a thorn in my side, like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you
He
look
paused
dreadful.
for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You have managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party. But alas, I expect something a bit more impressive than incoherent humbling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kern? Yes, sir. It's a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that housing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, sir. Of course, sir. You have done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed upon.
Kerr gave a bow of deference.
I found that you are most
Gasps
gracious.
rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can dispense with formalities from here on
Solomon
out.
pulled a glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents.
So
A
this
triumphant smile
sharper
grew across
Valentine,
Solomon's lips.
you can all call me Sharper Valentine, of course.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Of course. But how the hell he got small?
A hushed horror. This
Oops. What? No. Ha. So you didn't see that coming. Cool.
Sharper examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This fest was a ruse. I want you to all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it will help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be at the unrevealed sign. Yep, Sharper Valentine Festival. Ha! Wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard. Malice. I'm glad you are back so I can tell you to your face. Your story is done. We ain't gonna let you away with it again. Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistant,
William
Mr. Kerr.
Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward. Does anyone else have something to
A
contribute?
helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A ton of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You are clearly lost without me, and that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy! I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give, the opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. To say I'm disappointed will be an understatement. But Sans Augustus, analogy speaking. I don't know which is worse, a son with complete hopeless or a doubt with such potential. It never lets me down. Harris, you failed me with phenomenal consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I've been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you'll suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where's Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to sleep off, did you? Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you have said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you have been. I only did what I did because he left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter, cheer up. You are about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor, desperate to capture his youth. He played his part and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill, Beacon Pines is mine again, and I'm willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying William Carroll was never in charge of Brian Harvest? Ha! You think that puffed up Blazes kid could have accomplished all of this? Don, I suppose it's time for your big
Sharper
explosive.
addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and build this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow, you have earned
Mr.
it.
Kerr flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Moncostio, thespian extraordinaire at your service. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. Truly was the role of a lifetime. Wait, so this Bill Kerr was Pat C. the whole time? Now that your secret is out in the open, what stopped this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipovers, I know what each and every person in this town fears most, and I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. Ha, the young hero. I kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Now, never underestimate what a great man can do given time. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought, but well worth it. Ha!
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
You know, Shishat, let's get to work, shall we?
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business.
It's a bad ending.
Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end. This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
So, Molly's in here. Let's go over here to Molly's then.
There was a malice lurking behind those eyes, like a trap ready to spring. Luca felt the weight of Nuncrete's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
I just want this all be over. Of course, I'm sure it will all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Hux I'll check for Rollo at 3
Luca
hours.
twisted free of Nuncrete's grasp.
Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. Huh, he doesn't get captured in here. Solomon. This vessel crash are a bit humdrum. Now, if I were to throw a festival, it will be a thing to behold. I agree, this is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad, it's boring. What if we did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know that festival sign waiting to be unveiled? It will be a shame
The
if
two
someone...
scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
Got nothing. Hey look, what's up? You haven't seen Roll around recently, have you? He doesn't come around here much, and since they made a rule that you can only order the calf, this is a thing. Hey Griff, as I've been by, I haven't seen all day. I'm sure you'll show up safe and sound. When he does, tell him there's a strawberry chocolate double scoop. Okay, this same. What about down? Is it true about Hollow? Yeah, I didn't come home last night. I wonder if it's connected. Connect to what? I was checking on reports about increased activity around town. What sort of activity? Windows trucks? This same thing. It's nothing. Okay. Identify yourself, please. Nelly Modwell. I work here now. I'm unable to locate you on our staff roll. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance authorized. Thank you. Our harvest awaits. Whoa, you could get a wrench to the noggin sneaking up on a guy like that. Don't scare a man while he's junking around, Sonny. Evening, Geoff. Isn't it kinda late to be junking? I might as well ask the same thing of you. Find anything good? Bah, ever since Pearl and Iver's moved in, even the junk is trash. You can learn a lot about the person by looking at what they throw away. With this bunch, it's all shredded paper and coffee cups. Well, better get going. I don't see nothing if you don't see nothing. See what? Exactly. Okay, we need to wait. Hollow?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Hollow! Hollow, wherever you are, I hope you're
Luca
okay.
felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag. He conceded to its lumpy embrace. Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse. This time, he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source, he plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame, waiting. Soon enough, the fire began to die out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Luca stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket, a keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across his father's face. "A place where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together." Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. "Wait? For what?" Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward. "That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you real?" Luca's father bent down to smudge away a tear. "Of course, I'm as real as the part of you that misses me." Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone. Does that make sense?" Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace. "Time to go, Buckaroo."
Okay.
Luca was startled from his dream by a banging on the floor.
Are you in
A
there?
commanding voice rumbled from below. Just as Luca sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open.
Uh-oh.
Chapter 5. Dangers big and small. Luca stumbled back. He heard the rope ladder creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Holy shit, it's big. Stop right there. Or I'll... Sheesh, I know it's dark and all, but I figure you'll recognize me. Who
The
are you?
large figure cocked its head inquisitively.
Stop, now I'll clobber you with a baseball bat. Whoa, 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 take it easy. Look, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rollo. Nice try, but I know you aren't Rollo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he? Ha, uncle. Look, quit messing around. It's me. If it's really you, prove it. Flamey Shikakup, Luca.
Luca's jaw dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably Rollo, only bigger, older, changed.
How? What happened to you? When I was running away, I ran into more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. Wait, what? Where did they take you to you? No, they threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was undergoing lab or something. They made my hands all big, look.
Rollo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it won't be my first pick for superpower, but beggars can't be choosers. Rollo, it was just your hands. My feet too? Dang, Pastors made me new shoes. Wait, look, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rollo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What
His
the?
hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo! Rollo, what did they do to you? They made me drink some sort of green crud. You. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kinda tasted like licorice. I passed out and woke up like this, and then I sort smashed open my cage and escaped. Whoa, you smashed open a cage? Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur. They had you in a cage. Who are these people? I don't know who did this to you, but we're gonna fix it. Fix it? This is awesome! Well, I'm just glad you are safe now. Look, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. We may find out a lead on what happened to your family. Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous. Danger. Ha!
Rollo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take them all on. Hey fellas, what's
With
up?
a yelp, Rollo dove behind Luca.
Ah! Take cover! Did I come at a bad time? Who the heck are you? This back. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened and I need help. I didn't know where else to go, so you're just hanging out here with your large adult friend. Ah no, this is my buddy Rollo. This is your missing friend? One and same. He seems a little old. I'll have you know this is a recent development. What the heck does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry, you are the one who just showed up out of nowhere, so I'll be asking the questions here. That's fair. How do you find us? Your Steel Little Trios? I think you mean our Steel Little Mission Control. I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret. And I could hear your racket from a mile away. See, Luca, this is why we need to improve security around here. Not now, Rollo. Beck, you say something bizarre happened. Yeah,
She
but
shot a nervous glance at Rollo.
anything you can say around me, you can say around Rollo. This has been a weird day, hasn't it?
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try to salvage my hair. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mom gave me. Okay, just need to play it cool and hope no one notices. Notice what? Oh, nothing. I was just, come over here and let me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? It just kinda felt like a change. This is going to take forever to grow out. You were the one who said that change was a good thing, right? I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson to
Ilona
heart.
tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie has to go into work tonight. Her and Mr. Kurt's side will be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grade A creep. Beck. He is. Him and his weird cult of personality. You are not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much for her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough to her to exile her out to this podunk town. This place sucks. The people are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We are in the mountains, you'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know I grew up in a town not different from this one. Is that why you are bad at talking to plants and people? Okay. So, here's what we're gonna do. First of all, you are grounded. What? In the morning I'll have Nelly come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival. But not another
She
peep.
sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey, but that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people seem to have that covered from me. Oh, and if you decide to rebel by dyeing your hair
She
more,
flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you. Think of how rebellious you'll look then. Very funny. Thank you. Good night, sweetie. Good night, mom. Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you got grounded? No. I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kinda look this look. Great. Can we get back to the story now? This next part is a bit important. I have this radio upgrade with my mom, and I was too angry to sleep, so I tried to dial in something worth listening to. Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr? Yes, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. One moment. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. What's your report on our new research of deep engineering? Nellie Modwell seems to be integrated nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had a chance to stress it. Excellent. And you have faith that she will be capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor? Her work must be complete before the festival. I'll make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good, you know how I feel. Yes, sir. Once she has finished the work, we need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects into the company. Immediately, sir. I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We are in the end game, Bill. After your failures with Dr. Prescott, I can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. Once she finishes the work, she will either leave the office completely committed to perennial harvest, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Sir, if I may suggest, maybe we should delay just for a bit. Oh? It's just we seem to be rushing to hit the festival deadline and rushing to things has caused us some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I'm eternally grateful for all that you have done for me. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You are only a few days away from having everything you ever dream of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Oh, yeah. Just so you're clear, when they say loose hands, they were talking about murder, right? Like actually killing someone. Capital
Luca
murder.
gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who is this founder? I was hoping you guys will know. Nah, as far as we know, Carrie is the top banana at Banana Harvest. It sounds scared of this founder guy, so we have an even topper banana on the field. What the hell is my mom cutting up? As she talked about job much? Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue the work of someone she respected. Luca, do you think that body at where I was, the person Beck mom came to replace? That will make sense. Beck, it seems like Nellie's process got loose-handed. So we need to get your mom out of there before the festival happens. That's 2 days away. Won't she just come home after work? The creep on the rail said they were going to hold her there until then. So if she's not coming out, we gotta go in
Beck
and get her.
flicked a large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Maybe this will help. You have blueprints? Well, it's really just a welcome map from my mom PH orientation day. Sure, looks like blueprints to me. Look, there's the reception area. There's a big room marked founder's office. It even has the exit mark. Guys. We have a deadline, we have an object, we have blueprints. You realize what this
Rollo
is, right?
started to wiggle with excitement.
I think we are icing. This is officially iced.
Chapter 6. The Heist.
The
They
heist.
spent the night's end huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest. It would be no small feat. A modern facility equipped with all manner of technology, not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout. By the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, all were in agreement this could just work. The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread, even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited for. Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain. Luca, Beck, and Rollo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse. They hadn't slept at all that night. There was no time. The festival was to begin in 1 day, and they each had their assignments.
Okay. Alright, quick recap. Rollo, you gotta talk to Roxy. Cordially. Without her and Fitz, this whole thing could go bust. Me, Cordial is my middle name. Haha. And how you do plan
He
to explain
waved
your new
vaguely at Rollo's sizable figure.
circumstance? Bah, she'll be so happy I'm alive, she won't
Beck
even notice.
snorted an involuntary giggle.
I'm back, you are sure Ilona won't just shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. Once she understands the danger Nellie's in, the danger we're all in, the plan will make sense. Okay. That leaves me with Chev and then Iggy. How are you gonna persuade them? I'll think of
They
something.
each looked at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
Well, Godspeed. At least Chev, at least Iggy and Tish. Can he really pull through? Bow. Then where the hell are these people? Wait, probably we can have something if I talk to him. Nothing interesting. Okay, Shelf is over here. Hey Shelf, what can I do for you? Well, I know how much you hate per harvest. Hate's a strong word. Oh, sorry, I didn't say it was the wrong word. Gotcha. So we're gonna break into their quads and I thought you might be able
Jeff
to help.
wheezed out a long snicker.
Yeah, see, I knew you kids were right. Great, so
The
you'll
joy
help?
in Jeff's face drained instantly.
Not a chance, but give one good race I should risk my hide heading and a bit you
Looking into the
rascals.
sullen eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word that came to mind.
Fight. I've done fighting for long enough time and more than my share of losing. Time's come to hang up the gloves. Fuck.
Luca wasn't ready. He shouted out,
Crooked. Yeah, they all crook, psycho croach. Stamp one out and another comes scurrying along to take its place. Shit. Yeah, it's all shit. It still ain't helping. Ain't some shit, hee. Fuck. Yeah, what of it? Sonny, I've got more junk than King Escope. Ain't interested.
Jeff's brow perked up.
What you say? Go ahead and hide
Sensing
them.
some traction, Luca carried on with vigor.
Let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done. We are not
Jeff's
afraid.
scowl faded with a sigh.
Say what you say. Say what you will about old Shovel, and they will all do, but you'll never hear say I heed for
One
nothing.
good stomp of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
What was it you kids needed? Some sort of disguise. I got just to think. And while we are at it, that crate should come in handy. This ain't gonna be free, you know. I think 5 bags of sour gall should cover it. Put it on my
Luca
tab?
offered out his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
Done. Swing by first thing in the morning. Okay, we got Shelf. Shelf! Wait, I forgot that you cannot in the library. Hey Tish, look who it is. Look, are you here to try to tickle us to death again? Look, just hear me out.
Iggy raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
We are listening. Iggy, I know we are born being giant bags of shit to
Iggy
each
gave
other.
a reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong. But lately life has been kinda strange,
Iggy
you know.
considered the point.
Things have been weird around here. So I'm offering a truce and asking for your help. What do say we pull ours till it's at least for now. Pull. We don't pull away for now, but stop. Ah, fuck, it was
Luca
break.
knew he tried again. Iggy gave a... Iggy considered the...
Break ours till at least for now. We do like break things, even if it would mean less breaking things. What if I told you there was a way to have a truce and break stuff? Go on. I need to cause a distraction so I can sneak into
A
Paranarvis HQ.
wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
My, look up an horn, I'm impressed. And after this all done, maybe you and Tish can come hang out at 3 hours sometime.
Iggy glanced over to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Fine. But not because we want to see your creepy 3 hours, we just like to cause
With a
chaos.
quick nod, Luca was off.
Did you hear that,
Iggy
Tish?
gazed up at Tish with a smile.
He invited us to hang out
A
at 3
single
hours.
tear ran down Tish's cheek.
I never expect this day to come. Oh, wonderful.
Chapter 7.
Chapter 7.
Into the Hive.
Here we
A
go.
good heist requires preparation, and thorough preparation takes time, something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. "We're locked and loaded on my end." And Rollo, after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help. He stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention. Rollo, being uniquely suited for the role, would be the first to breach perennial harvest. The outfit provided by Jeff wasn't perfect, but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence. Rollo took a few vigorous breaths and shook out his arms.
Just stay calm, Rollo. You can do this. Got your delivery here. Delivery? I don't have anything in my notes about the delivery. One moment. I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery scheduled for this morning.
He had to think quick.
That's because this goes direct to the founder. He asked that it
Rollo
gets secret.
sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder can be. I suppose we can leave this one off the records. Our harvest awaits.
With a stroke of his mustache, Rollo proceeded into the Perennial Harvest headquarters.
Our harvest awaits. Package here for the founder. Oh, I didn't hear anything about. Yeah, this is a need to know kind of thing. I'll
He
just check.
stammered and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have to fill you in. Oh, I see. If you could just complete this
Rollo
form.
interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Every time with the forms. Look, if you want to explain to the founder why I'm late, well, it's your funeral. I'm sorry. Why did you say your name was again?
Rollo
Our harvest awaits. Sir? That's a secretaria. Excuse me, sir. Our harvest awaits. Ready to light this candle, Tish? Yup. Suck on this perennial ham feast. What was that?
The distraction was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door. I got a job to
clipboard
do.
fumbled around in a frenzy.
I should check on that noise. Oh, come on. Just buzz me in already. Okay, okay. Haha. Phew. That was close. Our harvest awaits. Hey, I figure, when in doubt, stick with the classics. Well, that was a close one, but you pulled it off. Nice work, Rollo. Alright, everyone knows what to do? Yep, deep engineering is to the north. I'll go with back, in case she needs some muscle. I'll head east to the founder's office. You two be safe. That's all. There's not even any cups offered water. Many rooms.
Solomon stopped in his tracks.
Luca? What are you doing here? It's a long story. Are you
A
okay?
veneer of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I am most certainly not okay. Some strange people grabbed me out. Were they in asthma switch? Yes. How do you know? They brought me here and locked me up when they were distracted and I ran. Dang, okay, you should stick with me, you got
Solomon's
a plan.
facade briefly faltered.
We? Yeah, hold on back, I headed to deep engineering. Things haven't found me. We got to get out of here. We can't leave just yet, but they'll catch us again. I got to something first. When you were running, did you happen to see a door marked founder? Founder, why are you looking for him? I'm not, just need to get into that office. Now that you mention it, I think I saw that said founder. It was just down
Luca
this way.
happened to notice a plaque above the door.
Office of the founder. Knocking comes with consequence. Oh, here it is. So it is. It's pretty lucky that I ran into you, or else I might have missed it. Truly
Luca
fortunate.
tried the handle. Solomon
Lock it.
leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
Regrettably, it seems to be some sort of electric lock. I don't see how we could possibly fit a
Luca
lock like
smiled
that.
and looked at his watch.
Let's just wait a minute. I don't know what sort of ambitions you are up to, but
She
I like
mimed
it.
a quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle.
Howdy. Good afternoon.
The light on the keypad changed from red to green.
How do you do that? It's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us.
Luca switched on his walkie-talkie.
Rollo, As expected, it's a control panel. Great time, we are stuck at the locked door market 24601. Need you to get us through. What if someone catches us? We should get out of here. I'm not leaving my friend, Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Sure you don't have a way to get around the password?
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets. The screen blinked to life. Columns of green numbers glowed on a black background.
How do you just guess that? It's this absurd password Hollow heard when he was down here before. It's when someone arrogant enough to call themselves to found such a basic password. Or they were thinking several moves ahead, not expect someone to guess something that simple. These villains type always end up outsmarting themselves.
Solomon's jaw clenched into a half smile.
Your powers of deduction are as impressive as your
Luca
luck.
quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
Cole, I think this should do it. Bingo bango, doors open. Luca, you never fail to impress. What is that slippery lout even doing down here? We have a friend whose mom is in trouble. We are here to get her out. I see. Okay, Luca, I think we are close. Next door market 13806.
Once again, Luca scrutinized the numbers on the screen. In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
Maybe this one opens the lock. Crap, we got company. Luca, must go faster. 1 sec, I can't think with all this
He quickly
noise.
skimmed the screen with his finger.
Here it is. Go, go, go. Curse these fumbling hands. My apologies, Luca. Don't beat yourself up. I know you were just trying to help. Oh man, no other cups. Rollo. Rollo, are you okay? Rollo, come in.
Mr. Kerr approached with a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
You can turn off the alarms, they are
With
trapped.
self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
Dead, my dear, she's a dead end, nowhere to run. Rollo, where are you? Are you okay? Yeah, I think we lost them, making our way back to Nellie's office. Okay, you two rabble rousers are coming with us. Nope. Make a break for it. Did that little shit just kick me? Don't just stand there, after them. Okay, I think that worked. Hawks and Fitz have them on a wild goose chase. I'm having trouble following what just happened. Like I say, it's good to have friends. How long do you think Hoxie can distract them? How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we got time. Entering Ellie's office now. Mom! Oh honey, what did you do to your hair? I thought you'll be happy. I finally used it to the young chemist lab kit. You should have a knack for making me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways. We need to get you out of here. We? Who is your adult friend? Oh, I'm not an adult. I ever heard of a grown spurt? I'm more of a growth spew. No, that's
Nellie
not
leaned
possible.
over to examine his teeth.
Substantial banding on the enamel of mollusk consists of tempus liquamine exposure. Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink? You drank it? Oh no. They told me it was only being tested on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. Mom, what the hell is going on at this place? I was brought here to work on the discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical compound was discovered 100 beacon pines in a wellspring they call the source. They named it tempus liquamine. It pulls energy from its surrounding in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time. It was the secret to volatile fertilizer. They harvest the source, infuse small amounts of tempus liquamine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerated plant growth. Crops will be ready to harvest in a fraction of time. But it led to complications. The fall harvest. Pre-harvest came in to clean up the mess, to succeed where Valentine failed. But tempus liquamine is rebellious. Rebellious? You can think of it as a manifestation of change itself. It's volatile by its very nature. So the more you try to force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists, yes. I can relate to that. My role was to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott. Harnessing tempus liquamine to rely and manipulate an organism's age. Just imagine how many people we could feed. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival. But you didn't,
Nellie
right?
sighed.
You know how much I love a good puzzle. I pour myself into the problem. It wasn't long until I discovered oddities in Dr. Prescott notes. Oddities? They contain obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation will never make. So I fixed them and now I get to replace my entire wardrobe. I really am truly sorry. Meh. Those clothes were all hand-me-downs anyway. It sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got cold feet and intentionally sabotaged his own work. I had considered that possibility. I sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking. Mom, Dr. Prescott is dead. Kurt had him killed. What? I overheard them talking about it on the radio. It's why we got to get you out of here. I just... like now. Wait, the vial. I found solved the chemical equation allowing direct control of aging. Mr. Kerr picked it up just before you came. All the more reason we got to tell it. Look, we got Dr. Moydwill heading your way now. Watch that, be careful. Alright, everything's on track. And what's your plan for escape? We'll go over everything when they get here. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info. Molly's 80 proof whiskey, a hard drink for a hard man. Oh, even this alcohol is
Solomon
arrogant.
muttered inaudibly.
I should just smother you right now. What's that? I say I shouldn't bother you right now. Don't be silly, you are no bother at all. Let's see what else this bad boy has on it. Security system, time card logs, payroll, you know. For being so evil, this guy sure is
Solomon
boring.
once again muttered under his breath.
Just you wait. Huh? Oh, nothing.
Luca tugged on each of the cabinets.
Dang, this must be the good stuff. They are locked. Perhaps it's not as careless as you suspected. It looks like the founder was helping Card plan the festival. Why would such a secretive leader be obsessed with a party? Only time will
Luca
tell.
held his hand up to the ashtray.
Still warm. You must have been in here recently. I'm really sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon. You needed to worry about me. Well, I feel bad either way. We're gonna get you out of this,
With a
I promise.
subtle, quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face. They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
Lock it, lock it! Lock it. That was close. When we left Nellie's office, it was swarming with clipboards. We barely got away. Did they follow you? Rollo. Before we start tossing blame around. It is possible someone ordered a pizza? We love to hear your thoughts. Definitely not pizza. What now? Don't look at me. I'm officially retiring from the icing business. We are so sorry for the inconvenience. We just have a few quick questions. Just let me think. Of course. Everyone else, huddle up. Oops. I think this little capper has gone long enough. Solomon, no. Urge no, child. The adults are speaking. Dr. Modwell, a brief introduction is in order. We have never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who worried you. Solomon, the pathetic orphan child. The powerful and fond and enigmatic founder. Sharper, the fallen progenitor who created this town. Pearl Harvest, Valentine Fertilizer, all connected by a single thread. Yours truly. But
Her
that's...
eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Ah yes, now you got it. Tempus Lucamin, you discovered how to reverse the process.
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
Very good, Dr. Modwell, very good. Thought the score wasn't
Solomon
intentional.
glanced down, examining his youthful form.
And the effect went a little too far for my tastes. That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work. Which you did, admirable. Mr. Kerr, the vial, please.
Presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
May I present to you the eighth wonder
Before
of...
he could finish, Rollo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm.
Whoa, this stuff sounds pretty valuable. Be careful, you fool. You have no idea what you have in your hand. Actually, do. You just did a whole evil villain monologue thing
Rollo
about it.
casually tossed the vial to Luca.
Gosh, maybe I'll have
Luca
a taste.
tickled the vial mockingly.
Seize him. Luca, over here. Move another inch and I
She held it
smash it.
tightly behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
You have no plan. I'll smash it, I swear. Fine, risking us all. Or if you're lucky, nothing happens. Then what? You capture you, grant you much
He
less
pursed his
lenience.
lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word, if you want it over now, none of you will
A
be
deep
harmed.
uncertainty washed over Beck.
You are a smart girl, Beck, but there's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. We both know there's only one way
She
this
looked
ends.
to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
That's a good girl. Beck, don't do it. We can't trust that jerk. I'm sorry, he's
With
right.
apprehension, Beck conceded. Solomon pocketed the vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
Mr. Kerr, you have allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a
The
performance review.
blood drained from Kerr's face.
Of course, sir. But first, you have a speech to make. Trot out there and give me the introduction, sir. And don't forget to smile. Yes, sir. I have to think all of these things to the efforts of Mr. Van Horn. I don't understand. How is this all because of me? I said Mr. Van Horn, silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn. Your father was always a thorn in my side. I offered him an opportunity to be a part of something great, but the fool was blinded by rightness. He even broke into my laboratory in an attempt to sabotage my
Solomon
work.
shook his head with gratification.
But the universe was a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with a force he didn't understand, Walt showed me its true potential. As fate will have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant
A
me eternal
muffled
life.
applause resonated faintly through the walls.
Well, that's my cue. After the festivities and my subsequent ascension, I will return to deal with you all. Until then, I suggest you use this time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. You three keep post outside the door. Well, crap.
Nellie was staring at the floor, deep in thought.
Sorry, Luca, give me a minute to calm my mind. I can't leave back soulless out like that. I'm sure she had any other choice. So what now? What's the plan? I don't have one. Of course you do. You always have a plan. Rollo. You just need some time. Rollo, it's over. We lost. Hey, I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. I know, it's just we're so close. I got a feeling that eventually Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time won't all heals. Well, time seems like less of an issue for him now. Look, there's something you should know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in that office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find a means of escape, but I found something else. A note hiding in a false drawer. What sort of note? Dr. Prescott must have sensed that his time at Pearl Harvest was growing short. So he left behind a letter with the hope it would be found by his successor. It was a confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents. Look, I think they were meant for you. Why? What did he say? It was about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen key card. There was an accident. She had been exposed to the extreme amounts of temperature
The color dropped from Luca's face.
Did she? Is she? She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover. He no longer trusts perennial Ava, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of scientific discovery. Science is often at the vanguard of change, but that doesn't mean it's always right. He realized that no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself. I now believe that's why he began to intentionally sabotage his own work, and it cost him his life. That's a reasonable conclusion.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
But if she's alive, where has she been? Where is she now?
A sudden explosion sounded from the hull. Chapter 8. Comeuppance.
Comeuppance?
Ears
What the hell
still
is that?
ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground. Through the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right? And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone. Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rollo. With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door. Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Gran or mother that is over here coming rescue. Gran, what are you doing here? Luca, what are you doing here? We are here to save Nelly. We are here to save Rollo. Hey, Miss Lucas Gran. That's awful nice of you, but I'm fine. Oh no, what did they? Grant, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on, everyone, we got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Think we can't spend too much from here on
Solomon
out.
pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
We gotta stop
In
it.
one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
No. Well, I guess that's it. We lost. I won't be so sure about that.
With a mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca. Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
I might have tweaked this wonder potion with a little.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk.
Can't wait to see the look on his face when he realized he drank his own cigar ash. How did ash get into the vial? It was pretty easy to mess with the vial when it was behind my back. Oh, that's sneaky. Well, it's a bad habit anyways. Pa always says bad habits are like 50-yard field goals, huh? Hard to kick. You can all call me Sharper
His
Valentine.
body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
It turned into ash. Well, that's one way to kick a bad habit.
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed. Sharper Valentine was gone for good. His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines, a new chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future. The end. Well, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying. If that feels to you like a good note to end on, I won't stand in your way.
So you can still change in here. Let's put
I
change.
might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
Like pocket change, your unlucky penny. Yeah, I plop it in the vial when no one was looking. What's that going to do? No idea. That's the beauty of science. You can all call me Sharper
His
Valentine.
body and
Okay. Pop, 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 pop. It's gonna turn into a coin, is it? It turned into a baby. Oh, look crap, it's a baby? Yeah, but he's still Sharper, right? What it was no longer matters. This innocent child, I wasn't for all that my father's custody.
Eris awkwardly cradled the squirming child. She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, what do we do what Valentines always do, what must be done. I'll hurry home and prepare a crib for father, young Sharper. That will be a great help,
She
thank
looked back down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes. With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay everyone, show is over. You may leave now.
Epilogue.
Hey, epilogue.
Beacon Pines' coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley. It crept over the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn, his mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
But wait, he doesn't know that Gran is the mother, right? Like this. Roll, are you up yet? Roger that. It's a beautiful day at Mission Control. You gonna swing by? Be there in a minute.
Over time, Eleanor began moving Walt's old things out of the closet and into storage.
Probably at this time he already knows. Okay.
Eleanor had moved back into her bedroom, and now that she wasn't sneaking out late, she even slept there most nights.
Okay, he already knows at this point. Okay.
Just some dusty.
Mom, I'm ready to go now. You go on without me, I'll meet you there. I got a batch of jam to finish sharing. It's funny. I only started making jam as a way to send messages without anyone noticing, but now I enjoy it. Can you go to the father over here? It's not the real one, right? Because the real one is on the other side. No, you can't do anything, okay. Hey, you unroll a big plans for that little tree house. Yeah, it started getting crowded after you revoke the max capacity one hall, one local rule. So it's decided to expand, but at least we got some help with that. How's the internship at Nelly's and Ilona's shop again going? It's been great. And it helps me get into School of Agriculture up at State. Also, Nelly said she will write a letter of recommendation, which will be huge. I just can't help but worry about leaving Rollo. He's grown up so fast, but he's still my little brother. Yeah. He had a heck of a growth spurt. I don't mean just grown literally. This morning he was up and finished his chores before I even had breakfast. Well, some of that might be his excitement about the 3 house renovations. Don't tell him this, cause it will go to his head, but I'm really proud of that little paw. I'm sure he feels the same way, but he's just too dang proud to tell you. I know. Nothing on shuffle? Hey guys, how's the streak party going? Couldn't be bad. I'm so grateful to Yolona and Ellie for letting me help. I just wasn't built to be a mayor. Too much bureaucracy. Guys, we finished cleaning up the sidewalks.
When
What's
Perennial
next?
Harvest collapsed, most of the clipboards skipped town, but some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
Anyone with a knack for art can help paint the new office. You can count on us. Well, it looks like you really found your calling. I never really felt comfortable telling people what to do. Now this right here. This is something I can be proud of. How's the night this morning? The most underrated part is the view, and the view is getting greener every day. Nice. I see you signed on a name. Yep, we decided to clear out the old stuff before putting on the final touch. Soil and Dirt Harvest is now official. I like it. It was actually Nelly's idea. There's still a lot to work to do and the name serves as a reminder. Just because progress is important doesn't mean change should happen fast. In fact, I learned that the more you care about something, the more important it is to take things slow. Our motto is go slow and fix things. Amen to that. Look, I get this. I managed to reel in an actual fish this morning. Seriously? Yeah, an honest to goodness, flip-flopping, swimming fish. Been at least 7 years since I caught this one. I'll say it's a good omen. What do you think with the fish? Oh, I actually sit back into the pond. I'm hoping to catch it again tomorrow. Do I have something in here now to pick up? Probably it's already everything in there. Yeah, looks like.
Luca gently good first.
So you don't have anything else to pick up on the pond. Alright. Hey, everyone is here. A little higher. Yep. Little lower. Little higher. Yep. I'm telling you, the angle isn't the issue. We need more power to the radio. Look, there you are. Will you tell him it's not the angle? Hey, I'm not in charge of the antenna design. Fine, fine. Iggy, just don't do anything drastic until we get back. Who, me? Tish, you are in charge while I'm gone. Yup. They'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. If you really want Mission Control to turn into something bigger and better, we have to loosen our grip a bit. You're right. Lead the way. Okay, so go check back. Young Mr. Van Horn. Hey, how's little Solomon Sharpa doing? Young Sharpa seems to enjoy nature more than I, so he do a lot of strolling these days. As he, attempt to crawl out of his crib and plot world domination? Yeah. Thankfully, no. I spoke at length with Dr. Modil, and she feels that Sharper's infant mind was not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intents and purposes, the child is unmolded clay. Let's hope he's a little nicer the second time around. That is the objective, yes. But really, all I can do is try and hope. Two activities I am endeavoring to find less distasteful. Well, I think you are doing a great job, and the whole town is ready to help out however we can. I can't wait to teach him throw a
Eris
baseball.
did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
That will be acceptable. What's the news that needs knowing? I'll give you tomorrow the headline today. Our old friend Patrick Simonscu, aka William Kerr, just performed a steering rendition of the Iceman Cometh at the State Correctional Facility. I heard there wasn't a dry eye in the house. Well, I guess he has plenty of time to work on his craft. I'm glad you swung by. More follow-up questions for your story? Nope, I got everything I need, thanks again for that. I sent a draft of the story to a reporter in Capital City, and they offered me an internship. Of course I did, you are an amazing reporter. I don't know about all that. A story about a phony corporation that picked up an entire town of people and moved them to cover up a massive illegal mine shift. Full of incredibly hazardous chemicals. Sorta writes itself if you think about it. Just don't forget us when you become a fancy big city reporter. Capital City isn't that far away. I'm gonna have to come back from time to time to check in and see what sort of new trouble you got yourself into. Sorry to the boy, but my adventuring days are over. Ha, we both know that's not true. What makes you say that? Okay, call a reporter intuition.
Mrs. Fratelli glowed with a carefree smile.
Is that your suitcase? That is 2 weeks of unencumbered tranquility. Excuse me, will you be so kind as to take my order? 2 weeks of sad migration and forgotten obligations. Excuse me, I'll not place
Mrs.
an order.
Fratelli sighed with a zen-like calm.
Just as soon as the lunch rush ends, I'll be a fed on the wind. You're going on vacation? For the first time in years, and I've got you and your mom to thank. Why is that? She didn't tell you yet? You two are gonna fill in for me at the diner while I'm gone, just like old times. It's fine, I'll wait. Okay, so she's gonna take a vacation.
Closing her eyes, Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
She ended the book. Holy shit. Oh, hello Luca, how are you? Really good actually. That's wonderful. Did I miss anything? I think you're pretty much up to speed. Luca, do you want a biscuit on the house? I don't really have time. Serial, you gotta come and see this. I finally did it. I pulled the perfect espresso. Ah, Lumi. If I didn't know better, I'll think you are proud of something. As if I know. It's too late. You are now officially a person that cares. Okay. What about down here? Ooh. Well, but for seconds, it's not much trouble. For the longest time, I didn't understand the appeal of ice cream. It serves no purpose, other than to be briefly enjoyed and then it's gone. But it's pretty tasty while it's... I'm inclined to agree. Like, look, can you tell Hawks I'll be free in an hour? Sure thing. My dad's making me stock the shelves for the summer. He said it's build character. I think he meant to say builds cows. Builds character. Look, can I interest you in a
He
loose
playfully
chapel?
waggled an apple.
No thanks, just saying hello. Well, hello then. Mind telling your mom we need a new crate of jam? Already? It's funny, I used to hide this stuff in the bag. Terrified that someone will find out about our secret message. Now everyone wants to get their hands on Eleanor Van Horn's famous spy jam. Okay. A lot of people to talk. To know how it's going, everything.
Over the school year, Kato and Bert had become close friends.
But do you know that when they covered up the source, they found a new species of fungus? Yep, and they are studying in the new labs. Do you know that? Bicopine is now the smallest town in the country. Yep, close to population before Pearl and Iris moved in.
It typically went on like this for quite some time.
I can't believe it's over. Yeah, the town's really starting to turn a new leaf. The town? I was talking about Hank Atomic. I just finished the last issue. How was it? As great as always. Hank finally returned to work, but I just feel weird now. Weird can be cool. It just means you are ready for something new. Any suggestions? You could ask Miss Hatch about what she's always reading. She seems to really enjoy it. Maybe I'll do that.
Luca peeked over Piper's shoulder. Laid stealthily inside a large volume of mathematics was the first issue of Hank Atomic.
Piper, are you reading Hank Atomic? Do you mind not telling anyone? I got a reputation to uphold. Oh, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Just about every kid in town reads Hank Atomic. Honestly, I'm excited for you. What I'll give to start over fresh, to experience it again for the first time. I guess that's the downside of finishing something nice. At least now I can enjoy it again through you. Promise to tell me about it as you go? Sure thing. So she started to read Hank Atomic. Hey, Mr. Duncreed, I'm gonna see my dad in a bit. Do you wanna come with me? Even after everything I did, you
Mr.
still...
Duncreed shook his head.
You really are your father's son, aren't you? I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Well, you always invite. I bet you'll love to hear from you. I'll visit Walt in my own time. You run along now. What the hell are these rabbits?
With perennial harvest gone, the transportation tubes were left unused.
Come one, come all. No one is too big, no one is too small. For shelves, all right.
Maybe not completely.
Just one piece of cake for the ride of your life. Who's next? Me. So he's using the tubes to make like a, one of those carousels for people to go into there and ride. Guess what? Yes, I saw Dynasty's pt2s, and that's good. It's great. I haven't spotted one of those in years. At this rate, Beacon Pine is gonna become the bug capital of the country. Alright. Back. I have news I think you'll enjoy. This morning I unpacked my last box. You obviously moved it in. It's just a box. Let's not blow this out of proportion. It sounds an awful lot like putting down roots. I guess I'd say this place root to worthy. You're gonna be stuck with me for a foreseeable future. And I do have to warn you, most years aren't going to be as citrusy as this one. I think I'll manage. Ready? Before you go, there's a bit of a surprise. Really? My mom's prepared these three especially for you. They didn't have to do that. It was just them. It's just about the old town pitching in. We all owe you. It should do okay in the cold of the old Beacon Pines and thrive as things warm up. That's perfect. Okay, so we need to go for the shelves, right? Go to the old Beacon Pines. I already talked to everyone, so at this point. Ah, you got it. Now that's a good looking tree, being a special occasion and whatnot. This rides on the house. You're gonna wanna hang on tight on that little tree.
I think this is it. The end I've been waiting for. Honestly, I'd begun to lose hope of ever finding it. But then you came along. I don't know exactly how to thank you. It's hard to explain how much this means to me. It's funny, now that our time together is finally ending, I'm at a loss for words. Let's just watch the end together.
Done. A good little tree. The best little tree. Thank you, children. This means a lot. Yeah, thanks for everything. Shucks, I only did what any super awesome best buddy would have done. We should probably give you some time alone now. You good? Yeah, I am. It's been a wild year. How are you feeling? Everyone keeps asking me that. I'm fine, really. Pa always says the only thing fitter than I feel is a seal. I feel like a dang seal. Well, if you ever stop feeling like a cello, I'm here for you. I know, you don't even have to say it. You two make an awesome pair. Excuse me? We are a trio now. Yep. Thanks. There's just one thing missing now that you are a part of our group. Missing? Let me tell you a little story about a man named Hank Atomic. Oh god. It won't be long. We'll be waiting for you back at the fun booth. I found the perfect way to start our summer. You got some good friends. I'm so proud of you. Your father will be so proud. I know. Mom, can I ask you a question? Do you ever dream about that? Not a night goes by that I don't. Are you afraid that you are going to forget him? Forget what you look like? Forget his voice? No, because so much of him lives on you. You love that old tree, but I know you'll have loved this one more. Because his two favorite people planted it. I'll give you two a moment. Hey Dad, Dr. Modwell says that over the next few years this place should warm up, so you won't have to be so cold for much longer. I think I finally understand why you left that night. There were things you believed in, big things. Those beliefs were the things that made you, you. If you wouldn't have stood up to sharp and stood up for what you believed in, you wouldn't have been the same person anymore. You had to go, but that didn't mean you loved us any less. I might not visit you as much as I used to. I know you understand. And it ends like this? Oh, blow the candle. Now there we go. That's the end of Beacon Pines. Pretty good game, pretty good game. But it looks like it's only one ending and not like different endings. Like, okay, there's different endings, but it's bad endings. But there's only one good ending to reach. But it was a cool ride. Trying all the ways to get different charms, to be able to do different stories, to get to the real ending. So yeah, like great story, great characters. The things that you need to put the charms to get different, to get to there. It was cool too. So yeah, of course you don't need to use all of them. If you guess it right, you go immediately right. But pretty cool. So if you like these type of games, like narrative games, you can buy the game on Steam, GOG, and probably on Switch. I don't know if it came out for PlayStation, Xbox, but you can. It's already available. You can buy. You're gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a good time. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy here the playthrough of Beacon Pines, and see you guys next time.